Shall we begin?
Yeah, let's get started with the interview today. I'm very excited.
Good evening and good morning for our viewers around the world. I'm Bianca and thank you for joining me for the history moment in history. We are broadcasting for a station in Shanghai, West Nanjing Road. And thank you for joining me, Alex.
Thank you for the opportunity for me and my colleagues to explain in detail how we're running our operations. And I'm honored, deeply honored. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
And you are running 5 companies in China and UAE, Dubai, so has now become your international getaway. Do you still have enough time to keep fit and do fitness?
Of course, Bianca. I think it's very empowering and for those people who are in charge of running such operations to keep fit. And in fact, actually, from February until now, I lost 14 kilograms alone because I went frequently running, cross trainer, and also my home in Dubai has a fitness center and swimming pool. So yeah, it was actually pretty good that to lose weight. And many people come to me and say, Alex, you lost weight, it's nice. And I said, thank you so much. I feel deeply honored about it.
And you are also a very accomplished printer, are you?
Yes, I like to print and to paint as well, of course. The beauty guides my hand.
So let's start to a serious tip, Alex. When China changed higher import tax, insists that every resident have to pay more than double for imported goods. So how can you still handle the import product in the right way?
That's a very tricky question actually, because the only thing we can do is we can accept lower profit margins, and of course relationships in the government are very important, because if you know people in the government who can handle your procedures in a professional and concerned manner, we are able to handle it easier. And of course also we are offering higher profit margins for our product sales, which means we're offering more than 50% profit margin for the reseller. So we're still beating the competition. We have a lower target price than the competition and still accept lower profit margins. And the good thing is that especially in countries like China or in the UAE, especially people like to, or probably prefer to purchase import products rather than local products.
And what do you think that your company have been through all the fake blogs against your company, high import tax, complicated banking procedures out of China, and do you still think your employee will be loyal to you? And what's your opinion about consideration to making running a company easier in China?
Well, wow, that's a lot of information in one question, I have to say. Of course, as Jack Welch already said before, act, and don't look back. And we have to consider every possible option and opportunity to make life easier. Of course, our employees should be rewarded for this, because some of our employees are with us for almost a decade. Since our very establishment in 2005, our employees have been with us, and I think this is something that has to be rewarded. Actually, we offer them then fringe benefits, which means we offer them like free flight tickets at overseas. They can join us with the meetings at overseas. Next upcoming meetings are actually in Europe. We're going to be in Europe, in France, in Germany, in Italy, in Austria, and last year we have been in the United States and the UK. I mean, we're always going somewhere, and we're also offering actually also some vouchers for meals, and of course they can also stay in our properties in Dubai, because we have all the facilities that are actually considered as living a luxury standard. Of course, this is one of the key points I have to say. And regarding the import taxes, yes, this is always one point.
And about the complicated bank procedures?
For banking, I think the best thing you can do is like you don't put all your eggs into one basket. You are just playing with the right cards, which means you're not only considering banking in China, but what was helping us a lot in the past was that we do banking in UAE, especially in Dubai, where banking is free of charge. and we can do bank transfers to overseas within 60 seconds or maybe 1 minute, and it's also free of charge. So in China you have to prepare a lot of documents to transfer money in and out of China, which is very complicated. But
is this the reason that you choose to live in Dubai rather than China, Europe, or the United States?
yeah, I wouldn't say China is the bad guy here. I mean, of course, USA and Europe is not much easier because they're always talking about the human rights and how great their country is. But actually, I think in some extent, China actually offers already more rights to the citizens and more freedom than to the Americans and the Europeans. Because if you earn $1,000 a month, then European government or US government will take half it away from you, you know. And then if they're telling you they're gonna give you more in the future and they give you retirement fund and healthcare benefits, it's actually not true because you're paying it out of your own pocket. And what is good about China is about the healthcare system is very good, I have to say, because all the money you're putting in your card is in the card. But in overseas, you have to pay monthly. And if you start paying, you're losing your health benefits, which means a person in around between 18 and 35 usually wouldn't have any health issues. So we are paying actually for 10 or 15 years into a fund, but we're not using it. And if you stop paying, they go to say, sorry, there's no healthcare system for you anymore. But in China, that's a very good thing, and also like it about Dubai as well. You have a hospital card, you pay money inside, and what do you use?
So what do you think about the life in cities such as Beijing or Shanghai? You see what's the difference between both cities?
Well, of course, Shanghai is a business city, and Beijing is the capital, of course, is very different. So I think because a business city usually handles things in an easier way, the city opportunities actually is in Shanghai for running a business and having a lot of benefits for running a business. And the people are very warm and very friendly to each other because maybe it takes some time to get a friend from Shanghai, but after a while, if it's a real friend, it's a friend for a lifetime. If you're talking about cities such as Beijing, for example, friends are made to be easy. Very warm-hearted too. Fast, quickly, you are a friend. But that doesn't mean that you can keep a friendship for a long time. And that reminds pretty much also of my hometown in Vienna, actually, you know. People are just pretending to be your friend, literally stepping the pencil into your bank.
So, based on the cities, you're more careful friend. The people make the city.
Yeah, of course, people make a city, not city makes a people, you know.
Yes.
If you need assistance and help, you need to have a lot of people behind you. But that does not mean that the people in Beijing are not good people. Of course, I have to say that the city opportunities in government procedures is Beijing because not everybody can handle such procedures. And if you know the right people, you're also in good hands to make good money out of it, especially for a one-party country, you know.
So, based on the current, the economy situation, you have any idea for what you should do next 3 months, or any suggestion to the others?
Well, apart from the economic situation at overseas and in China, and especially in the Middle East, there's something else I want to mention. Like back 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years ago, several times I got actually poisoned. And actually that all happened in China, you know, where we meet friends in the government and we went out for a drink and suddenly all of us were sitting on the same table. Those people all got poisoned one by one, it was including me. Unfortunately, one person died because of a heart attack just a week after. And it was also critical to all of us, and it happened on the flight from Shanghai to Beijing on China Eastern Airlines. But the attendant gave me a cup of water, and I was the only one to get it.
What was the reason they want to poison you?
I think because it happened several times, especially when you meet people in the government, especially when you have competition out there. So I also think the people who have been blowing the information against our company, that's actually not related to our business, might be one of the reasons. Competition is one of the key points I have to not reject in this case. What I have to really consider is to be more careful and where I go, which friends I meet, and what kind of food products you're going to consume, if the bottle is open, if it's only a glass. You have to be careful about such things in the future.
So what's the plan for next 3 months?
For the next 3 months, I have to say, now I want to relocate our international gateway, our head office from Shanghai to Dubai, because people from around the world consider that Dubai is a good compromise between East and West. So
you think based on the global economy, better move everything to Dubai now?
Based on the global economy, I think the best choice would be now to go into Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, because the government, the people are very good to each other, and the relationship is very good. If you have any issues, you can talk to someone, you can at least get some attention and have some people to take care of it. This is one of the key points. The apartment price is lower, the currency is pretty strong now, the banking is free of charge. The pricing has a bit increasing, but apart from that, also the rent income is pretty high.
What's the future of your company in Dubai?
The national gateway is very important to us. As mentioned before, as the commerce between East and West, people want to come together, especially in our core business, is to bring seller and buyer together. And we're not only doing in China mainland the introductions, we also do it overseas. So we cannot always ask people to fly to China all the time, because they also have to apply the visa. They also have to take time to prepare the trip, So for the actual lead time about people coming to China and to UAE is much everything faster. And which means if we take more time to invite the clients or the partners or investors to each other in China, we always wait 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 up to 6 months until we can get things done. And actually interesting was that we always offering Shanghai, Beijing and Dubai as options, and 90% of the people actually are considering to go to Dubai because the flight time is shorter, the weather is always good, there are less people there, and the flight tickets are a little bit cheaper most of the time. So this is one of the key points here, and I think the decision of moving everything to Dubai is, I think, a good choice for us. And of course, we're keeping our offices in Shanghai and in Beijing, but for the organization, for the procedures, for the government, everything that has to be done in a country where everything is done easier and without any American or European government to overshot taxes, this is very, very important to us, especially for our investors.
Okay, that's clear now. So thank you for the interview.
Yeah, it was
a wonderful time.
It was a wonderful time. I think there are many things we had to say. And if there are any other questions from your side?
No, yes. Just thank you for coming.
Yeah, also for you, dear viewers around the world, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Yeah, if there are any questions, please just contact us directly. I think you may find our website information below the video, website information and email addresses. So thank you so much. Basketball Jones.
Okay, this is the last moment of my Sony headset. Please. This is my Sony headset, and then this guy going to throw my Sony headset to the garbage bin.
Oh.